Very important. You could go and find this article, and you're going to have them refute this already. I had to type in 9/11 suspects alive. This is a BBC News article from September 23rd, 2001. BBC News. Do you want to doubt the reputableness of BBC News? Because actually, I'll tell you that they are owned by who owns Routers, who owns it's the Rothschilds bought it. It's Zionist Israelis. Okay. Now somehow they let this get published in their own media, which is an argument against perhaps they don't have total control over it. But we'll go and see how this plays out. Another, look at the hijacked suspects alive and well. A man called Walid al-Shahri says he left the U.S. a year ago. Another of the men named by the FBI as a hijacker in the suicide attacks on Washington and New York has turned up alive and well. The identities of 4 of the 19 suspects accused of having carried out the attacks are now in doubt. This is 12 days after the attack. And they already came out with 4. That Saudi Arabian pilot Walid al-Shahri was one of the 5 men that the FBI said had deliberately crashed American Airlines Flight 11 into the World Trade Center on 11 September. And it's numerology. They use that for numerology. So you know that they did it on 11. His photograph was released and has since appeared in newspapers and on television around the world. Now he is protesting his innocence from Casablanca, Morocco. And he told journalists there that he had nothing to do with the attacks. Obviously, he's alive and well. And that he was in other places. Yeah, he he had flight training in Daytona. Another one, mistaken identity. Abu Azaz Al-Omari on Flight 11. Yeah, alive and just fine. FBI Director Robert friggin' Mueller acknowledged on Thursday that the identity of several of the suicide hijackers is in doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, is this another cover-up? Is Robert Mueller perhaps a cover-up king? Whatever happened to that? He's like, I feel like he gets hip to stuff. He's like, Robert Mueller acknowledged on Thursday that the identity, I acknowledge, yes, that the identity of several of the suicide hijackers is in doubt. Now, what happened was, when I typed in something else, I got this on BBC. The editors. So if you go to that now, they had to post this because it was going viral. And this was just 5 years after. So this is when they're trying to do the cleanup, BBC, in 2006. Steve Herman, my hero, at 33, the 33 degrees of Freemason, my guy. Come on! The 5-year-old story from our archive has been the subject of some recent editorial discussion here. Yeah, you think? Because people were starting to go to it on the internet. Sorry, we forgot that people might have the internet during this. The story written in the immediate aftermath of the 9/11 attacks, it was 2 weeks, 12 days later. Was about confusion at the time surrounding the names and identities of some of the hijackers. The confusion was widely reported and was also acknowledged by the FBI. Okay, so you're already digging your own grave. So The story has been cited ever since by some as evidence that the 9/11 attacks were part of a U.S. government conspiracy. An Israeli conspiracy. Whose ally is Saudi Arabia. Oh, we could blame on the Saudis so that we could vilify Islam and pit it against Judaism for the destruction of Christianity, for the destruction of a free world, not under the new Novus Ordo Secularum, my friends. The Zionist state is the freaking New World Masonic Order state. That's why we have a Star of David on our dollar bills, covering the 5-pointed stars of our American flag. That is the Saturn to Venus matrix control. Whoa, I just put that. That's why we had the 5-point. Wow. We had the 5-pointed star Venus. The 6-pointed star is Saturn, my friends. That's why we have the Sabbath on Saturn's Day. We later reported on the list of hijackers, thereby superseding the earlier report. Yeah. We later reported on the list of hijackers. Okay. How does that supersede the earlier report? In the intervening years, we have also reported in detail on the investigation into the attacks, the 9/11 Commission and its report. Okay, those are all totally meaningless because they're all orchestrated to find out something by the people, ran by the people who didn't want anything to be found out about them, my friends. It's that simple. We've carried the full report. How have you? It sounds like you're trying to make up for it. At least I still had it up. I guess people would freak out if they took it down. Executive summary and main findings, and as part of the recent 5th anniversary coverage, yay, a detailed guide to what's known about what happened on the day. But, oh, so we believe you. But conspiracy theories, trigger word, have persisted. Obviously, because you haven't come back with a logical reply. The confusion over names and identities we reported back in 2001 may have arisen because there were common Arabic and Islamic names. Oh my God, so that guy just happened to be a pilot? That is a coincidence? I knew that would come up to bite them in the ass. Anybody with common faith and reason will go through these things and totally come to the conclusion about what really happened on September 11th. They're trying not to let it get out. You see them trying to cover their tracks. And those who don't want to admit to it are those who just choose to live in ignorance and dark because they think it's more comfortable there. In an effort to make this clearer, we have made one small change to the original story. Under the FBI picture of the Walid al-Shari, we have added the words, "a man called Walid al-Shari," to make it as clear as possible that there was confusion over the identity. The rest of the story remains as it was in the archive as a record. We recently asked the FBI for a statement. This is, as things stand, the closest thing we have to a definite view. In bold print, the FBI is confident that it has positively identified the 19 hijackers responsible. Also, the 9/11 investigation was thoroughly reviewed by the National Commission on Terrorist Attacks upon the United States and the House and Senate Joint Inquiry. Let's go look into that. All right.